Welcome back, everyone, to another episode of the Functional Longevity Podcast, where we give you insight on how to get fit, feel younger, live better. I'm your host, Chris Porter, best-selling author and owner of Y.E.S Fitness. And let me first thank you for taking time from your busy day to listen to what I have to say. Before we get started, let me also thank our sponsor, Y.E.S Fitness. Most people lose the ability to enjoy life as they age. At Y.E.S Fitness, we help people age 40 plus get fit so they can live longer and enjoy those extra years doing the things they love to do. Some quick housekeeping here. If you'd like to get a timestamp or a transcript of today's broadcast, head over to yesfitnessct.com. You'll see the podcast button on the top. Hit that, and it will give you access to any one of our now 364 episodes. You can also get this broadcast wherever podcasts can be found. How strength training transforms women's bodies and lives after 40. The tide is turning. Today, I want to talk about a topic that's been at the core of Y.E.S Fitness from day one, lifting heavy for functional longevity. For years, I've been telling women through coaching, seminars, and even my best-selling book that strength training isn't just optional. It is essential. It builds bones, preserves muscles, protects joints, improves metabolic health, and supports emotional and cognitive resilience. Lately, it's exciting to see the world's catching up. Major women's magazines, respected newspapers, and even physicians are now talking about the importance of weightlifting, especially heavy lifting, for women's health. Clients tell me that their doctors are now recommending resistance training. And the research, particularly from Australia's LIFTMOR trial, shows why this is not just hype. Heavy, progressive strength training is one of the most effective tools women have to thrive as they age. At Y.E.S Fitness, we've been emphasizing this for years, and it feels incredible to see the message finally gain Main Street recognition. So let's look back at some of the research, the trials, and things like that. The evidence for lifting heavy isn't new. It's decades in the making. So we're going to rewind all the way back to 1990. Fiatarone in New England Journal of Medicine, this groundbreaking study involved frail nursing home residents, average age 87, and showed that progressive resistance training dramatically improves strength, walking speed, and overall functional performance. This is all the way back in 1990. We opened in 89. So right from the beginning, we were doing this. For many, it's transformed daily life, demonstrating that even the oldest adults can safely lift heavy loads and gain meaningful benefits. Obviously, whoever's doing the coaching needs to know what they're doing, but even at 87 years old. Back in 1994, Nelson, New England Journal of Medicine. This study focused on postmenopausal women and found that high-intensity resistance training increased bone density while improving strength and balance. This is high-intensity resistance training. It challenged the notion that older women should take it easy and provided early evidence for lifting heavy as a strategy against osteoporosis. Way back in 1994. Then we get into 2001, Kerr and colleagues confirmed that progressive resistance training improves strength and functional mobility in older women without causing harm, solidifying safety and efficacy in this population. Then came LIFTMOR trial. This is back in 2017. And there's more research between 1990 and 2017. These are just some of the studies I picked out. But LIFTMOR in 2017 over in Australia. It's a pivotal study that gave this message a modern evidence-based punch. This highlights the study. They recruited post-menopausal women at about 65 years old with low to very low bone density, very low bone mass. Participants were randomized in high-intensity resistance and impact training
That's HIRIT, high intensity resistance and impact training, or a low intensity home program. HIRIT group train twice a week for 30 minutes. That's not very long, 30 minutes, performing heavy compound lifts like deadlifts, squats, and overhead presses at 85 to 90% of 1 RM or 1 repetition maximum. That's heavy. Outcomes after 8 months, their lumbar spine density increased by 2.9%. This is a huge increase. The femoral neck, okay, that's bone mineral density rose 0.3%. Height was preserved and functional strength improved. Safety was excellent. Only one minor back spasm reported, highlighting that with proper coaching, heavy lifting is safe even for older adults. We'll talk about this a little more in a minute. But this study reinforced what decades of research had already suggested. Decades of research we've been working on at Y.E.S Fitness for decades now. We've been doing this and preaching this. Heavy resistance training is transformative for bone strength and overall function in women. I'll say again, heavy resistance training is transformative for bone strength and overall function in women. There's benefits beyond osteoporosis. While bone health is critical, heavy lifting offers a spectrum of benefits that impact your daily life, metabolic health, and even your brain. We're not talking about weight loss. We're not talking about toning up. We're talking about being able to function in life for a longer period of time. So this is what you gain when you lift heavy: muscle mass preservation. Starting in your 30s, we naturally lose 3 to 8% of muscle per decade, and even faster age after 60. Lifting heavy preserves muscle, preventing sarcopenia, which is the loss of muscle mass, and keeping you capable for life's demands, carrying groceries, climbing stairs, or playing with your grandchildren. Number 2, you have some joint health and injury resilience. Strengthening muscles, tendons, and ligaments protects your joints from injury, reduce pain, and improves overall mobility. You got metabolic health. Number 3, muscle tissue is metabolically active, meaning more muscle helps regulate blood sugar, reduce chronic disease risk, and maintain a healthy weight. These are studies like DiPietro in 2006 showed improved insulin sensitivity and metabolic function with regular resistance training. Number 4, we got balance and fall prevention. Everybody's worried about that as we age, right? Falls are a leading cause of injury in older adults. Lifting heavy and a functional resistance training enhances balance, proprioception, and neuromuscular coordination, reducing fall risk. I see it all the time in the gym, just constantly. As people work out, their balance is improved, and they notice it themselves. We've got cognitive health. Resistance training benefits the brain too. Probably didn't think about that. But Erickson in 2011 and Baraha in 2017 found that lifting weights improve executive function, memory, and slow cognitive decline. Physical strength and mental acuity go hand in hand. Number 6, it just goes on and on here, right? Emotional and physiological resilience. Few things build confidence like lifting a weight you didn't think you could. It's empowering. It teaches perseverance and mental toughness that carry over into your work, family, and everyday life. Number 7, longevity through functional independence. This is the heart of Y.E.S Fitness. Functional longevity. Lifting heavy preserves the ability to live independently, enjoy travel, hobbies, and active lifestyles well into older age. So why heavy matters? Heavy is a relative term. It doesn't mean reckless or unsafe. It means challenging enough to provoke adaptation. Progressively overload is a key. Knowing and understand how to make an exercise harder. It's not always just about lifting heavier weight, okay? It can be about weight placement. It could be about how quickly you do the exercise. It could be about the range of motion you do the exercise. If the coach knows this and understands this, you can progress someone safely
But without that adaptation, without progressively overload, you're not going to make the changes. When they did the Lift More program, they didn't start lifting heavy. They went months building up to that point where they could lift heavy, because you need to start light. That's number one. Start light to learn your form. Make sure you're doing the exercise correctly. Gradually increase the weight or resistance or make it harder as you become more confident. Challenge yourself consistently. It means every time you go to the gym, try to work just a little bit harder than the previous time. Without significant, if your load isn't sufficient, if it's not heavy enough, it's not enough, it doesn't adapt. Your body will not adapt. Heavy lifting done correctly is what drives strength, bone, and functional improvements. So at Y.E.S Fitness, our philosophy is lifting for life. We've been preaching heavy, safe, functional strength for years. It's why I wrote my best-selling book on this subject, to give women the tools, knowledge, and confidence to lift safely and powerfully. Our approach focuses on functional movement first. We do all the major movement patterns: squats, hip hinges, presses, pulls. We always make sure that you can do them correctly. We make sure that your body has the ability, the mobility, stability to do those exercises correctly. If not, we'll fix that before we have you do that. We need to make sure that you're progressively overloading. We do it all the time. We gradually increase and make it more challenging. We get safety and supervision. Form is power mind. Always number one: safety, safety, safety. And we always preach consistency over intensity. Small, steady gains compound over time. We don't want you to be sore, but you can get gains without being real sore. You can actually leave the gym feeling good, like you did something, and the next day be able to move, go up and down the stairs. Consistency, consistency, consistency. Clients see remarkable results: improved posture, increased strength, better balance, greater confidence, and yes, stronger bones. I got just a couple of clips here from people that women want to fitness for a long time. You got a client A, she's 62 years old. I'm not going to name any names here. She started cautiously. Within months, she deadlifted over 100 pounds, gained confidence, and her latest bone density scan showed measurable improvement. Client B, she's 45 years old. Lifting heavy transformed her mindset. She says, if I can deadlift my body weight, I can handle life's challenges with confidence. And then we got client C, who's 70 years old. When we got clients into their 90s, her functional strength improved so much, she no longer needed a cane for balance exercises at home. And she feels more independent than she has in years. So we run the gamut of ages. We start training people 8, 9 years old right now and go all the way into their 90s. We all make sure all of them are lifting to a point where there's some kind of progressive overload in their training. These stories just highlight that lifting heavy isn't about vanity, it's life empowerment. So my final thoughts about lift heavy, live longer. For decades, the prevailing message here, Y.E.S Fitness was, I should say for decades, take it easy. But now the science clearly shows lifting heavy, safely of course, is one of the most powerful strategies of functional longevity. At Y.E.S Fitness, we've been ahead of the curve, teaching women to lift with confidence, precision, and purpose. From the early research in the 1990s to the landmark LIFTMOR trial, 2017 in Australia, the evidence continues to grow. And now mainstream media and physicians are finally echoing this message. So here's my challenge. Start smart, progressing safely, and embrace those heavy weights. Find somebody that knows what they're doing if you're not near Y.E.S Fitness. We can do it online if you need to. We do it with people all the time. Your muscles, bones, brain, and future self will thank you. So lift heavy, live longer, stay stronger, stay independent. That is functional longevity.
So I'm again your host, Chris Borda. If you know someone that could gain some knowledge or might need a little bit of help with this, pass them along to us. Just let them listen to this podcast. We'd love to help them. We want to see people live longer and healthier. So thanks for watching. Until next time, I'm going to give you more information on how to get fit, feel younger, live better.